Do 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 do. Where the hell is she? She should have been like 10 minutes ago. I don't have a feminine side, and cuteness adoration isn't my forte. Oh, that might be here now. Weird sound.
Hi, KB.
Ben, what are you doing here? Where did the sexy girl go?
Oh, she made some other arrangements.
I don't think I'm gonna ask.
I overdosed her on cuteness!
Oh, that's a relief. I thought you were gonna say something else. I'm gonna regret asking this, but why does that sound very wrong in an incentive way?
This!
Oh.
Oh, wrong picture. Here!
Up above the world so high.
Oh.
What the hell, man? Aren't you crazed or anything?
Look, I've seen the disturbing and I've basically gone through hell and back, so I'm not really amazed in any way possible. So please, just help me make this daunting list with your womanly voice.
You hate your job, don't you?
Yeah, I want to go back to hell now! Huh? You like it there? Bow to me with my chase, don't you, Satan?
Now I can tell why Ellen didn't want her on your show.
Hi, I'm KB, and we both like to welcome you to this special end to the extremely special PokeB trilogy. So this is now discussing those cute and huggable love balls that I'm realizing that a newly recognized innuendo like that is a bit inappropriate for this kind of family show. So before I explain about anything else, I just want to thank everyone for voting for which Pokemon they considered to be the cutest. So remember, this is neither of our own opinions. Everyone else really decided the list for us. So there's not much more to say for this sort of list besides from... Sorry I sneezed. Move along now. Starting off this list is actually one of the most powerful Pokemon on this list, Jirachi, which had 182 points. No beating around the bush here, this thing is a dangerous little devil.
Really now?
It drops stickers! What could be possibly more deadly than that?
Dropping nukes?
Now that's just not right. Next time, think of your audience before you make a comment like that.
Sorry, wasn't thinking. Anyways, Jirachi is a small Pokemon, about the size of a human head, with the power to grant wishes and shoot giant blasts of apocalyptic energy. Like, seriously. Doom Desire is the Pokemon equivalent of the Death Note.
So what, I'm gonna write in capital letters Doom on the page, am I?
Shut up, I've only seen one episode.
I've seen them all.
Jirachi uses its wish-granting powers to use an attack with power almost equal to that of Hyper Beam. It's crazy, I'll tell ya.
It's got an adorable little face with half a star for a hat-ish thing. Dreads me to say these things, to be honest. And because it's such a small size and has big round eyes, it's easy to see why it would get all your votes. But I'm still not in awe.
Stop being such a buzzkill. Something I want to know. Jirachi is a steel type. Where's the steel part? And if part of its body is hard as steel, how could you cuddle it like a teddy bear?
Probably cushions itself in stickers.
Enough with the stickers!
You're just jealous because now I have a detailed fridge.
It's for eating!
Wow, you must have a strong jaw.
Not eating the refrigerator, you dick.
Kitty!
It's Skitty.
But it's a kitty!
Called Skitty.
With an udder on its tail!
I don't know what that is, but it's definitely not an udder.
Prove it!
Skitties can be male.
Men also have nipples.
Do bulls?
No.
Then it's not an udder.
Well, fine, okay. Even though the whole evolution line isn't that great when it comes to stats, it does get made up with an interesting little wild cat thing, which is actually quite cute when you're using his paws to use double slap.
It's also a Pokemon that meows instead of saying its own name, which is precious, might I add.
And something else interesting about Skitty's tail.
It's not an udder.
I wasn't gonna say that, okay?
Oh, carry on.
Its tail is actually designed after cat toys, and if it catches sight of its tail, it will chase it until it tires out, and probably dies of exhaustion. Duh.
Skitty does, however, get sort of a short run in the anime, when Mei has a lot more normal-type Pokemon at her disposal. Despite that, there's no doubt that Skitty was well worth 204 points. Penguins!
Have nothing on seals.
Well, they kind of invented the water slide.
And seals invented the Navy. I win.
With a total of 206 points, Piplup lands at the number 8 spot. Piplup is one of the starter Pokemon of Generation 4, and it takes its form as a baby penguin with wings that spread not even a mile.
Dawn's Piplup in particular can get hot-headed from time to time, but also gets its cuteness from joining Dawn and Bunarian cheerleading to cheer on Ash and the Pussycats.
A penguin cheering you on? What could be more awesome than that?
A seal applauding you when you win. A war.
For the whole evolution line, it is a pretty decent move pool, being able to use moves such as Scald, Ice Beam, Flash Cannon, Earthquake, but mainly special attacks are its prime source of power.
And okay, I admit, having a trident on your head is pretty badass.
See, I told you you'd come around.
But Satan also has a pitchfork.
Oh, shut up! Oh god, not this one.
What? What's wrong?
KB, get down!
Oh fucking Jesus, what's happening?
Oh god, the meme comment has started.
Mudkip is a sort of weird Pokemon which is designed off one of the most random and obscure animals on the planet, the
Axetal, despite being a relatively ugly animal, does look kind of derpy, and they took the derp and made it into a relatively cute Pokemon.
Mudkip's overly cheery face and derpy looking eyes aren't the only features they have. They're also a very mellow Pokemon, sleeping in mud above or underwater.
Just imagine a little guy like this curled up using mud like a blanket. Then when it wakes up, it shoots itself through the water like a bullet and crushes a few boulders along the way.
Wait, what? Whatever happened to cute?
Yeah, even the most adorable Pokemon can be super strong. I mean, look at Jirachi.
Okay, I suppose.
With a total of 236 points, Mudkip's cute weirdness propels itself onto the list. The phrase I'm sure all of you are familiar with became viral in 2004 when a Pokemon fan art group started to like Mudkips when the user's mysterious message started to sprout everywhere.
This even began a story of a retarded kid at school being asked if he would fuck a Mudkip. He had a doll cock slap him and he got rather freaky in front of everyone, so to say. This is definitely copy-pasted, guys. Don't get the wrong idea.
Basically, Mudkip can have a certain Pokemon imitated, and that means it's cute because those Pokemon think so.
Evolving into Swampert means that the former Semi-Derp has a kick-ass move pool which consists of Waterfall, Earthquake, Hammer Arm, and Protect. I guess that kid should have used Protection too.
Dude, he had a condition.
Calm down, the story isn't likely to be true. I'd never make fun of retarded people ever, for I am that one guy. God.
Yes, well, you're definitely something. So we can tell already that there are a lot of starters on this list. Not our fault, really.
Yeah, so stop glaring at us!
I don't think they're glaring.
Nah, but that one's winking. Hey, baby.
Oh no, he's getting carried away again.
Oh, sorry about my friend. TTYL. Cyndaquil became an instant favorite of mine as soon as I saw the poor little thing that has struggled to get his back on fire.
But when it eventually did, it was pretty much flame on! And then the ground caved in where he was standing.
To have a tiny mouse Pokemon defeat a gym leader's Steelix is incredible to watch. A bit illogical though, considering the anime always fucks up the move Sandstorm.
I like seeing it evolve into an also cute Quilava, and then into a lovable blazing Badger.
Care me to conjure up a meme?
Sure?
Okay, the premise is, never fear, Typhlosion is here. Drain cleaner not working? I'll burn the shit out of it!
That could work.
You got one, man?
Sure, I'll give it a go. Out of matches to burn the coal in your steam engine, I'll burn the shit out of it! I guess that works.
It's a little wordy for my tastes.
Ah, piss off.
You will bow down to the sphere. He will freeze off your weak knees.
Bursting into song. Not bad.
That one was for all the ladies. I can't say that I've owned this field properly in any playthrough that I've done, but if I did, I'd probably trade him for a Kirby.
That's mean, dude. Why insult a poor defenseless seal?
He has a gun and a boat. He's fine.
I personally have used Seal throughout several playthroughs of mine, and even though it isn't statistically the best, it's probably my favorite ice type.
Nobody really gives two shits.
Alright. You'd think that somehow Game Freak would have copied or rehashed Seal's design.
But really, all they did was add an extra P to the name.
Thanks for dismantling my point of originality.
That wasn't original in any way.
That's not what I meant. Why bother? But it actually turns out that the idea was converted into a pretty good two-stage evolution line consisting of a bigger seal and then a walrus that took Dr. Light's beard. Overall, Steel is just that one tennis ball that you don't want to hit because it's too precious to do such a terrible thing to. Use rollout! Ow!
2 words. Blind Aquajet.
That's 3 words.
No. I made Aquajet 1 word.
But it's 2 words. You can't conjoin the 2.
Just did. No hyphen. Only hymen.
What is wrong with you?
Don't shout, there's children here. Oshawott is the otter Pokemon, so straight away, dare I say it, its cuteness factor rises sky high.
Why is Oshawott suddenly the exception of allowing cuteness?
Why even argue? He's your favorite starter as well as mine.
You never told me that.
Well, Ash, move over because I have the better Oshawott, along with every other Pokemon that you have. Mainly because all my Pokemon are able to be fully evolved.
God, Ash always pisses me off. Oshawott carries its Scowl Shock, which it uses to perform Razor Shell, but when it loses its special shell, it starts to panic. This is usually the main reason it loses in battle, but despite that, it's so cute when it's worried.
You crave negative emotions. How dark you must be, young weird person.
Sorry, Master Kenobi.
It's worth mentioning that Samurott, the guru among Pokemon, has hidden blades attached to him, and is a potential mascot for Movember. So that basically proves this. Oshawott is a toddler, Dewott is a teenager, who has Bumfluff, and Samurott grew up to live in a council estate with chav weapons.
All this has nothing to do with why Oshawott is cute, but nah, you voted, so pineapple.
Pineapple?
Pineapple.
Pika pika!
If you didn't see this coming, then listen up, you son of a bitch!
Dad, I'm gay!
What?
How to distract you.
Okay then. Well, here he is, the official mascot of the entire franchise, and pretty much the only Pokemon so far that isn't at the basic stage.
But Pichu doesn't count because it's a baby.
Get back in your cage!
Pikachu has had many different kinds of trading cards based on it, which all relate to the intro to Pokemon Yellow. As much tribute is paid to this electric mouse, including the sounds embedded into the game to replace the common Pikachu cry. You can even check to see how much he or she likes you, and this idea was adopted yet again in later generations as an entirely new stat. The status of happiness, that is.
Throughout the anime, Pikachu has always been the one to persevere through certain struggles with Ash, including the battle against Brock, the flock of Spearow, and defeating both a Regice and a Latios.
How the hell does he kill a ground type?
Well, I'd be the Flames Apprentice if I knew.
I think the common answer is anime has no logic. Other scenarios include Pikachu refusing a Thunderstone when fighting against Raichu. That showed how determined Pikachu was to win without using any leverage whatsoever.
In the first season, it was usually the fat Pikachu, and then he lost all his weight and started to smile.
We could go on about how every time Ash travels to a new region, the first thing he does is lose Pikachu for some odd reason, or the fact that Pikachu literally snapped Ash out of his tactical failure during the match with Elisa, but I think you know the true highlight of Pikachu's career.
The Mudkip face?
No, the ketchup. It's like Pikachu's booze.
Well, DeviantArt, YouTube, Umbreon, Shiny Eevee, you name it. All of these leave me with no surprise as to why Eevee would get a total of 994 points.
Wow, that's a big leap from 502, but I can't say that I'm surprised though, considering what you mentioned about its popularity and everything.
Eevee honestly harbors most of its cuteness from having lovable evolutions. Vaporeon the Venus, Jolteon the Just, Flareon the Fabulous, Espeon the Elegant, Umbreon the Usurper, Leafeon the Lithium, and Glaceon the Glamorous.
KB!
Womas, please!
What?
Psyduck wants ya.
Get after drugs.
Sorry, Psyduck. Also to say that Evolution is also an official term after it was used in the strategy guide for Pokemon Stadium 2.
It's also nice to know that Eevee can be considered an alternate mascot for the Pokemon series, as it's the rival Pokemon to Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow. There's also the fact that Gary owned one in the anime, which later became an Umbreon.
We have never actually seen an Eevee evolve in the anime until Sinnoh League Victors, in the episode titled Last Call First Round. 12 seasons in, wow.
During all this time, we've also seen an Eevee which has been owned by May. When that mysterious egg evolved into it, people probably freaked.
Even though the egg itself has that recognizable pattern and colors.
Overall, Eevee's popularity should be mainly derived from its original evolution concept, making it the central source for an evolution line.
And this is a final fact that I didn't actually steal from Bulbapedia. Eevee has actually been the most common in-game gift Pokemon throughout the entire series, being given out in generations 1, 2, 4, and 5. And with that said, he or she is not a prize, he or she has a soul!
It's a line of coding being visually displayed on a screen. It really doesn't.
Just to me, okay?
There.
Now before we go to number 1, I'd like to say that there are no honorable mentions for obvious reasons. Now let's go. Mew, 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 mew! By looking at the comments on my contest video, I could plainly predict that Mew was going to win this by a landslide.
How much of a landslide was it?
1,248 points.
Sweet balls of Jesus!
Wait, whose balls?
And I can't say I disagree with them. I mean, when I said to you months ago, who do you think would get the most votes? Who did you actually say?
Mew.
No, you said Eevee.
No, I said Mew.
No, just kidding. You should have seen your face then. Mew can never have a valid successor, as supposedly proven by having Ditto. But that's for another story.
Mew can learn every single move in the history of moves. I mean, hell, I wouldn't be surprised if it could learn Omni Slash or a stone-inducing move.
Final Fantasy now? I guess that's passable. Since we haven't actually said why we think it's so cute.
You're blushing.
Just ate a chili.
Liar.
Stop stepping on my pride all the time. Let's go back to the first movie. While everyone was fighting and Ash gets sent off to the top of some building thing, not to settle a dispute though, but to bounce around. And no, Doug, not to act retarded, it's Mew. Even when it fights, it's then to just stop Mewtwo. But it just looks so precious, like some sort of floating, cute-nosed gerbil of some sort.
KB, you have your cute face on.
Now's not the time to come out, Ben.
Mew makes yet another appearance in Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, and I dare you to say it's the best Pokemon movie, KB.
But it is!
Well, I kind of agree, but focus! But in this, Mew is sick and the gang needs to help cure it. Even when it's sick, it's adorable.
You're sick.
Rich coming from you.
I know I'm rich.
You just have a wise-ass answer for everything, don't you?
Oh, not to brag, but yes. So that's it for your list, guys and gals. Thank you so much for voting, and from university work to everything else, I'm proud to say that this project is finally finished. Yay!
We both had a lot of fun constructing this list for you, and I'm personally looking forward to see how you like it.
Likewise.
This has been the Tree's Apprentice. See y'all next time.
Lights out!